only the General Assembly, but all the way up to the national level and all the way to the local level, but also from industry, also from our trade partners. I know we've got the iron workers here for sure. You don't build that bridge without iron workers. That is a fact. So we want to make sure we keep putting you to work. But the Tri-City Building Trades are here. They help us get it done. And that partnership, all of that, it makes a day like this possible. And thank you, Governor, for your leadership. You can have partnership, that's one thing. Leadership, you need that too. So thank you for that. So you heard this new program, it's a landmark. It is giant. It is $50 billion over 6 years, the biggest in history. And our job is to put those shovels in the ground, put the hands on the shovels, and cut some ribbons down the line. So we are focused on that task. And you know, we've even seen it in the last year. We had the largest single letting for projects. $1 billion went out on the street in June. We have more lettings coming up in November and January, and we'll keep going. And especially for projects that are right around here. Not too far from where we're standing, we've got a $13 million project to revitalize and reconstruct the 27th Street corridor. This is going from Route 5 to 52nd Avenue. This is crucial connectivity, right? You know, this Mississippi River is connecting our region to the entire world, but we have to do the connections right here at home, and that is doing that with this project. And this connects us, as you heard, to and from I-74, also to and from the airport and South Park Mall, and we know this is high on the list of priorities, and that is happening. John Deere Road and the I-74 reconfiguration. That is a huge project, and it's getting something called a diverging diamond interchange. What does that mean? Safer, faster, common sense movements around an expressway get you where you are, from where you are to where you need to be easier. It's also considered one of the most significant innovations in transportation engineering of the last decade or so. And so that is what we are building right here. So a lot of orange cones. The governor tell you he'll offer his sorry not sorry on the orange cones. They're everywhere, and they're going to be really here in Moline. So thank you for your patience. And we know, as you heard, like this is what helps those investments that we make in infrastructure be exponential, supporting the economic development, supporting keeping Moline at the center here in this region. So we've got to go big, we've got to go fast. We are rebuilding at a size and a scale and a speed that we never have before. I talk a lot about speed and spend, and that is our focus. We want to get it out the door. But none of that happens without support. And support means working closely with localities. Support means us listening really well, and that $400 million investment you heard the governor talk about, local roads, our way to support is to say, what do you need? How can we help you deliver? How can we get out of the way when we need to? And how can we help make it happen when you need a little assist? And that's what that funding is about. And every single legislator I have talked to in my last 10 months here has asked me about it, and that money is out the door. What we know, though, is that for a $400 million request, we had $5 billion worth of requests. There's the need. And we see it, and we're going to take that list of needs and transform it into continuing to invest in this way going forward. So good projects like the River Drive improvements that you heard about, $2 million to support downtown revitalization, and that is all the things the governor talked about. It is pathways and it's lighting. It's all those small pieces that make a street great. And so, as you heard, we've got improvements like this happening every corner of the state, every single county. I just want to close with a big thank you to the IDOT team, Trish Thompson, our regional engineer, and that whole team. They get it done. They're who you're talking to on a daily basis. I'm so appreciative of their hard work. Thank you, everyone behind me. Thank you to the governor and everyone here today. And I'll say it again, we're here to get those shovels in the ground, get those hands on the shovels, get the ribbons cut and the bills paid. And it takes urgency, it takes patience, it takes leadership, and it takes partnership. And that's what you're seeing today, and that's what you'll see in the future. So I'm just excited for us to all get it done. So next up, I want to introduce Senator Halpin, an incredible supporter of the work we're doing here. Thank you.
Simply stated, I'd just like to thank the governor and the secretary for continuing to recognize the importance and the opportunities that we have here in Moline and in the entire Quad Cities region. And I really appreciate them coming in person to make this announcement in front of all of you so that people in our community can understand how much the state is investing in what we're doing here. I'd also like to thank in advance all the hardworking folks at District 2 that'll be implementing a lot of these projects, as well as the local economic development and public works departments that'll be working on the local projects. And most importantly to me, thank you in advance to the hardworking men and women of organized labor that'll be building these projects, good paying jobs, further sustaining the economic development and growth right here in the Quad Cities. I'm extremely proud to be a resident here. I'm glad to be able to fight for all these projects down in Springfield, along with my best partner in the world, Representative Greg Johnson. And just happy to be able to come back here with the governor, with the secretary, with my colleagues to say, this is what we've been working on for a long time. We're prepared to rebuild the Quad Cities, and we're excited to do it. So thank you so much. And now I'll turn it over to Greg Johnson.
Thank you very much, Senator. Before I get into what I promised to be your very brief remarks, I think it's important. I've spent the last few days in Springfield hearing stories of things that are going on elsewhere in this state, Chicagoland in particular. So I need days like this. So I really want to start out by thanking Mike for being the best friend, mentor, and partner that I could possibly ask for in Springfield. I want to thank the governor, IDOT, Mayor Riapati, all of our city leaders, all of my brothers and sisters in organized labor, for everything that you do. And I see a lot of other community leaders out there. Every one of you wakes up every day and makes my world better and gives me a reason to wake up even after trying days in Springfield. It's a great day for Moline. And when we talk about investing in our community, this is exactly what we mean. Projects that make our streets safer, more accessible, and more welcoming for everyone. I want to congratulate the City of Moline for securing $3 million in ITEP funding for the River Drive streetscaping project, and I'm proud to support the local investment that's making this possible. I want to thank IDOT, Governor Pritzker, and everyone that made this project a reality. The stretch of River Drive from 12th to 19th Street connects so much of the downtown. Thousands and thousands of people use it every year, including myself, and it's time it reflected the energy and the opportunity of today's Moline. This project will replace broken sidewalks, add new ADA-compliant crosswalks and signals, install better lighting, and create green spaces with trees and planters, making the area safer, more inviting, and more connected. That means fewer tripping hazards, better access for everyone, and a downtown that looks and feels alive. It's an investment in safety, in accessibility, and in the local businesses that make this community and our economy thrive. That investment will benefit the people that live and work here, as well as attract new businesses and jobs. When we all work together like this, we build a stronger, safer, and more vibrant Moline for our kids and our community. Thank you very much. Now I have the honor of introducing the Executive Director of the Tri-City Building Trades, our good friend Brian Atkins.
Hello, good morning. Thank you everyone for joining us here today. Governor, for coming down and seeing us here in the Quad Cities. My name is Brian Atkins. I'm the Executive Director of the Quad City Building Trades and an iron worker by trade out of Local 111, Rock Island, Illinois. Book number 1245805 for my representatives in the back. That's how you check it. So, when Governor Pritzker made the commitment to rebuild Illinois roads and bridges, he wasn't just investing in the infrastructure. He was investing in us, in the hardworking men and women of labor who make our state stronger every single day. Here in the Illinois Quad Cities, Moline, East Moline, and Rock Island, that investment has meant real opportunity. We've seen union crews out on job sites year-round putting their skill to work on projects that connect our communities, make travel safer, and keep our economy moving. These are good-paying union jobs that allow workers to support their families, buy a home, retire with dignity, jobs that give apprentices a pathway to the middle class and give our local economy the boost it deserves. Governor Pritzker understands that when labor is strong, Illinois is strong. His Rebuild Illinois program has modernized our infrastructure while keeping union workers at the center of progress, setting a national example of what partnership between labor and leadership looks like. Every new bridge, every repaired road in the Quad Cities is proof of what we can accomplish when we invest in working people. Governor Pritzker's investment isn't just good for labor, it's good for the future of the Quad Cities and for all of Illinois. With that, I'd like to hand the mic back to Governor Pritzker for some questions and answers.
He's assuming I have answers, but yeah, happy to take any questions from members of the media. They don't have to be. This could be a really short press conference. To move faster, you're talking about Quad Cities Rail. Yeah, it's a good question. I was going to say, I was going to call up the secretary. I'll just say it has been a priority of mine. We have a couple of major rail projects. This is one. And again, your representatives have been in my ear about this since day one. So I do want you to know it's a priority. It does take some partnership with folks that are across borders for us to make sure it happens. But I'll hand it over to the secretary.
No, thank you for the question. And we absolutely are ready to move this project faster. We have a few decisions to make just about the infrastructure investments and making sure that we've got it fully funded, and we're going to figure out a way to do that and get that project rolling. So there's just a matter of a few decisions over the next couple of months, and we should have something rolling real soon. We're not taking our eye off that ball one bit.
Okay, one of the shortest press conferences. Thank you all. It makes it even more enjoyable to be here in Moline. Oh, we do? Where?
The black shirt.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yes. Sure. Yeah. The question was about SNAP benefits and the fact that the Trump shutdown of the government is going to, on November 1, cause people to lose their SNAP benefits. These are people who depend upon SNAP benefits to feed their families. And the answer to that is there is no reimbursement of the state if those SNAP benefits are lost. I asked that question immediately. There obviously is a big challenge for a lot of families, across hundreds of thousands of families across Illinois. And we're looking at ways that we might be able to at least augment what they're not going to get. So on top of zero, we're going to try to do something. And of course, make sure that they know how they can feed their families during this difficult time without SNAP benefit cards. They have threatened, I just want you to know, this is what the federal government is doing, and if I sound like I'm hypercritical, it's because I am. This is wrong. They are talking about actually disabling the machines that where you can swipe your SNAP card during this period. Why is that something they shouldn't do? Because we could perhaps provide some benefits to people. It would have to be on those cards, though. There's no way to get money in people's hands faster. And fast enough. But because they want to punish people during a period where the administration is unwilling to sit down and negotiate or just follow through on promises, we may actually have people who are unable to feed themselves. So we're working on it. We're trying to figure out what we can do and what we can afford to do to support people, and how we might be able to support pantries, food pantries across the state, if they are where everybody is turning to. But we don't have a full-on solution because the federal government really is the provider of all of the SNAP funds. It's not a state program. It's a federal program that we administer. But they are making it near impossible. So I'm hoping that the shutdown will end before November 1st. That is going to be up to the president. Yes, sir. Yeah. So, I mean, we're talking about, I believe, more than $12 billion of sales from Illinois soybean farmers that normally would be sold to China if we had just regular trade going on. It's not something special. That's just what it would be this year if not for the tariffs and the tariff war that has ensued from the administration. So there isn't a solution to this, but I can tell you it's abominable that the federal government is providing $20 billion to bail out the Argentine economy and That has allowed Argentina to now trade their soybeans with China. And we're talking about replacing almost all of what Illinois would have provided. And it's, again, because they've prioritized in Washington the foreign government of Argentina over the farmers of Illinois. All right. Thank you all very much.